at least 90 minutes in the morning. I mean, split between my lunch and my morning, and sometimes up to 2 hours for the first part, and then then I come back and I am doing more of a set focus. But when I do the set focus, I am also, there's some exercises I'm trying to integrate with, like, the ups and downs, or the single stroke, if you will, as I'm doing those ones, like accent exercises. And what am I don't know what book I'm looking at, but the popular one that everybody goes with. How come I can't think right now?
Syncopation is a typical.
There you go.
See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, and that's all good, right?
But I'll do the accent, and I'll try to watch that up down thing.
Good, yeah. Well, how could you be on the drum set and not be thinking about that stuff? Be cognizant of it. I mean, Dick Wilson would say there's no technical approach to playing that avails itself to playing on drum set. It's no better technique than what I'm showing you for that. Chad Wackerman talks about that as well, because you're making a motion, right? So when you make a motion, it's obvious. It can lead you. So it's a natural way to move, right? It's like when you play some guitar, don't you? You don't move up and down the fretboard with a stiff arm. I bet you don't. I mean, you need to get from a note here. I used to play a little guitar, up to here. You would do this. You wouldn't yank your arm around. There's some flexibility. You're trying to move. You're leading with the wrist. It's a very natural motion that is inherent in most instruments, I think. It's when we play the piano, right? Who's that famous pianist who I love? His motions are profound. It might come to me in a minute. The really big hair. He's awesome. And so, yeah. So this technique works beautifully on the drum set. So of course you'd want to use this. It would make sense if you're studying this technique and you know that it helps lead you around the drum set because of the motions that are part of said technique. It wouldn't make sense to not be incorporating that, right? Now, when you're out there playing music, when you're out there jamming, playing with that band, you're kind of cool. I kind of liked it.
All I'm thinking about then is up, up, up.
You're thinking about music is what you're doing, right? And Dick Wilson would say that the technique just becomes inherent as you continue to study. Okay, so we don't want to be up on our heads while we're trying to emote musically and connect with other human beings, right? We can't be all about ourselves and our technique if we're trying, because remember, what does it sound like? Satchmo? If it sounds right, it is right. Okay, so that's what I was noticing. You're getting a nice sound right now these days. Yeah, and that's the problem of not having a sound chamber pad. I made 2 sound chamber pads, but the rubber has become oxidized or less bouncy. So, but I should look into maybe replacing that rubber, or getting there are the Spectrum pads, Chuck Molinari. If you were to call Pro Drums, here's a shout out to Pro Drums, right? Stan or Jerry at Pro Drums, and awesome. If the Modern Drummer's done articles on these guys, they're more famous than me for sure. And but they'll take care of you. They have a little section where it seems like they've got all these, not all these, but depending on the time of year, and they have sound chamber practice pads. Some of Chuck Molinari's. Chuck is gone now. I have one with Chuck, but that's become disintegrated. But you could find a really cool pad. Also, the pad that Dick Wilson would use for students, it was that very well-known red sound-chambered pad, right? So that, and you notice that the chamber gets larger at the end. You know why? Right? Because it's like an instrument. Because a trumpet gets larger at the end. It sends the sound in a particular direction. So those pads are more musical, and you get a more musical sound. For a non-sound chamber pad, I really like, shout out to Aquarian, you know? So, yeah. Not bad sounding pad, and it has a nice feel. So I've been happy with this Aquarian True Bounce pad.
Man, you're throwing the endorsements out this session. Throw them out there.
Well, you know.
Get monetized.
That's my next T-shirt.
Get monetized.
Well, I mean, I studied with Roy Burns, so it makes sense that I endorse Aquarian, right? And he was a lovely man to me. Beautiful. A couple of pictures of myself with Roy at the NAMM show. And beautiful photographs, actually. They're on my website, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so. Okay, we were talking about drum set. We were talking about how important the feet are. Okay. So we've been hanging. You've got a lot of stuff going on. We talked about what a drum chair is and the distinction between drum chair, drum stool, and a drum throne, right? You gotta know this stuff. Now, we're looking at the flam. Just pull out the flam. And let me see how I can help you take this even further. But yeah, you sounded good playing with the band, musical. And
I got in the same room together. So
what's that?
That was the first time those guys got in the same room together. So that was fun too.
Well, that's one. See, that's lovely. See, that's why I love having people over. I've had a running session for over 20 years with some of them with like names that would show up. It's pretty amazing. And the camaraderie, you know, and the hang. That's what one of my, Tom McMorgan was saying, you know, it's as much fun hanging in between as it is playing. I just love it, you know, right? It's part of that. And I try to help certain students understand that because I want them to do what you're doing, and they don't do it. I don't know why.
The jam thing just been my thing. So it's not like one of the piano guy that I'm working with right now, for example. Hi George, if you're listening. He's kind of like talked about how he's uncomfortable. Like a lot of people are uncomfortable just doing that kind of thing, at least initially. But then they like it. But they're really, a lot of them are uncomfortable initially. I've had that reaction a lot. Like, oh, we're just gonna play, and like because we don't discuss anything. It's just somebody just goes and we just go. And so a lot of people get a little, you know, red light syndrome, I guess you will, about that. And I think it's cool, and that's so I've been doing it that way for a long time, and it's fine with me. But yeah, I've had that complaint, and I can see where there'd be objection from people. It's like, oh, I don't know if I want to. So yeah, especially a drummer. I don't know how, when I was doing guitar, I don't know how any drummer sat here and did this thing while I was banging away on those strings. I don't know how they did that. That was crazy of them, and I thank all of them who put themselves through that in the past. So I'm here now to do that for them.
and what you would do if you were in the idiom of jazz would be different, very simple, essentially the same, but that's how I learned how to play jazz. Again, you don't get on a drum set and go to a teacher and have the, you want to learn how to be helpful to know how to play cymbal time and how the hands work and feel comfortable holding sticks and making contact with your instrument. But then you need to learn the repertoire. And that's how I learned the repertoire. It's called a fake book or a real book, right? Which you know about. correct? Right. And before I knew it, like within a year, because I'd have some, and once a week in a year, you essentially, I mean, it's a lifetime because so many tunes, but not really, right? There are just these seminal jazz tunes, and then there are the tunes that are a little more obscure that are even more hip. And you, before you know it, you know them all, right? And so that's what you're doing. People are pulling out their real book and reading down charts and getting, and that's how you learn how to function in the world of jazz. So that's why you want to play jazz, because with jazz you get to solo. It's improvisational, but you still have to keep all that other stuff. And then within the context of jazz, you can start to play stuff that is more groove oriented. You know? Ba da 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 dum boo do da ba dum go do 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 go giga jigum ba ba day. Jazz guys love playing that stuff, right? Yeah, it's just a groove tune. So you find the right groove tunes, and next thing you know, you're improvising over them. And so it's not just that kind of old school thing.
The changes, man. The changes.
What's that?
The changes.
The changes. So, okay. So, all right. So now we're into how do we play. Okay. And I had you at 40. Go ahead, put the metronome on at 40, and we'll see how this looks. Right. Okay. So I had you playing single-handed flams. So that means we're just go right. Right flam means that the right is high and the left is low. A flam is one hand high, the other hand low.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Come along. Now let's just bump it up a notch. Kick it up a notch. All right. So the thing about the throw, and there are remedial ways to get it, right? We can break it down. We can break it down into this part of it, right? And then we can break it down into this part of it, and then we can break it down into that part. But in reality, it's a musical motion. So it's flowing. It's one smooth motion with a very particular relaxed 3-finger grip. And one of the ways perhaps we could improve or get the timing, because Dick would say, you just got to get the timing of the motion. Timing of the motion, right? And so there is this feeling of up to come down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, but you see what you're doing? It's not smooth and flowing. Now this is no one part of this technique in a vacuum perhaps will give you the entire technique. You have to have these, there's only 7 basic strokes. And as Carlos Vega says in the Richard Wilson article, there's only 3 things. He whittles it down to just 3 things. You have a throw, you have you have a wrist turn, a rebound, and a wrist turn, or maybe, I think, something like that. You have the throw, or maybe an upstroke and a rebound. Okay, because the throw is a wrist. It's all a wrist turn. All right. So this is one of the. Go ahead.
No forearm.
Well, this is okay. Then that used to fascinate me as well. Well, there is forearm, but it's not that we're not leading with it. Okay, so this is one of the 3 basic strokes that will give you the entirety of the technique. So you have to have this. Okay, so the grip, right? Yeah, and your grip is okay. See, got the you've got the very center of the thumb, right? That runs towards the space in between the first finger and the middle finger, and yours looks pretty good. And then the pad of the 4th is just above the stick. The pad of it, a little. You can bring it over a little. Yeah, the pad of it, right? And then the tip of the 5th. Yeah, kind of in that direction, right? But it's really up in here that we're focused, right? And then we have a hand that's relaxed and that can work as a single unit. I was able to help another student recently with this. See, okay, I'll break it down. Especially early on, I think you have to spend more time with this. Although Dick might just have you keep going and then he'd go back, circle back. So there'll be some of that as well. Okay, take the stick out of your hand. Okay, you better, yeah. Okay, so we want to feel the whole hand work as so get it flat. Getting it flat means the forearm is always parallel to the ground. Okay, that's a big deal. And then we adjust the position of said hand by the placement or the pitch of the wrist, right? So if I pitched like this, the fingers come in a little bit. If I pronate a little bit, they open a little, tiny, tiny. Now bring it back up towards the ceiling, tiny, tiny. Feel how the fingers all work. You can feel all those fulcrums moving. Go ahead and bend forward just the tiniest bit. There, you feel see, that's the whole hand working together, and that's relaxation. If you were to, don't do it, but if you were to clench, this is why I'm scared, David, of having you do this, thinking that this is going to stimulate some. No, don't. But Murray wouldn't have you do that. He would have you hit the opposite to stimulate proper lactic acid running through the upper extremities. He would have you shake it, and he talked about, you know how a runner before they run and they shake everything out. So he wants everything loose. And this is what this technique is. If there was one thing that you would say is I could come up with that word. I'll come up with it in a minute. But it's overarching, right? Is relaxation, and relaxation equals being Socratic. What is relaxation?
Speed.
That's a necessary but not sufficient answer. The answer I was looking, good, because that's in there, is efficiency. Relaxation equals efficiency. Okay, so when we feel this, that's proof to me. I never want this to go away. The hand, even though I'm concentrating on the 3-finger grip, that doesn't go away. That doesn't go away. This is my primary grip. But the whole hand is relaxed. And all those fulcrums are ready and happy to be engaged. Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. Okay, so we have that feeling, and then we have this grip where we're focused on, within the context of this, we have this. So when I see you holding the stick, and I see your fourth and fifth kind of confused, like this. These two fingers, that means they're stiff, because they would never look like that if I was doing this. What do they look like when you do this? They don't look like that. They look like this, don't they? They look like they would, the whole hand would work together, and then I simply focus on the three fingers. Look, this doesn't muck up my baby finger and my ring finger. They're just, look, they're still working. They're not locked. They're not locked in. Here is no grip. Here is me pretending to hold a stick. Okay, so when we hold the stick, we want to be cognizant of not losing how a natural hand functions. See, that looks pretty good. So we're like this, holding that stick, but I know if there's no stick, I'll still get this. And then I just slide the stick in, and look, that didn't go away. Oh, look, see, look, your baby finger's like this, dude. Well, how could it be like this? So hold it up like mine. Yeah, I'm going to give you something new. Okay, now hold it straight up. Just really copy this. Okay, grip is really close. See, the ring finger looks pretty good. Take the stick out of your hand with the other hand. See that? Now just do that. See, the hand doesn't quite look. All the knuckles aren't running to each other. But watch. I showed this to Chuck Silverman, and he loved it. See how all the knuckles run to each other when the hand is natural? See all these knuckles? They'll go, and these knuckles will run to each other. And then the stick actually will follow the knuckles if it's correct. Doesn't it? Yeah, you see how there's a shadow and these knuckles all run together? And these knuckles all run together. There you go. It doesn't look like it's this. And then you go to do this and you wonder why. See, that's right. Where's that baby finger? If you leave your hand alone, see, go take the stick out again. It's good. It's getting there. Uh-oh, come on. Just do this little thing to naturalize it. No, I want you to do it. Copy me now. You can be on the side playing that your hand. Now look look at your hand. You'll see the baby finger. The knuckle runs in a line to the ring finger, and that knuckle runs in a line to the middle finger, and then to the first finger. Look at it. They all line up, don't they? Yeah, they do. Don't lose that. Now just slide the stick in. You see? Don't lose the baby finger. And if the stick is correctly in that three-finger grip, the baby finger, just the tip of it will be over. Don't change anything. There you go. Find the three-finger grip. See, it's the tip of see, it's beautiful. Don't change it. See, it's the tip of the fifth. And your hand is all closed. See, all the fingers are together, snuggled up, all cozy. And the ring finger, it's the pad of the ring finger, isn't it? And it's the crack of the middle finger, and then it's the crack of the first finger and the flat of the thumb. See, we've just improved your grip. That's much better. That's what you just want. So we could do this. See, now it could do this. And nothing changes ever. Yeah, okay. So we want that grip. The fourth and fifth are in position. They're not even on the stick right now. Okay? But they're not weird like this. They don't look like this, do they? They look like this. See where the pad is of the ring finger? See where the tip? Because they look like this, because it looks like this. And that's why you shake everything out, and then you come back and everything is normal. And you look like you did when you were in the womb, right? Probably at a certain point when the fingers develop and stuff, be fun to get, you'll probably go and find some x-rays, some pictures. So we'll get to the bottom of what an unborn child looks like in the, we got another Buddy Rich on our hands, honey. Okay, so we're like this. Okay, so now, so let's see what we can do. So I feel that stick, all the fingers will move, but I'm primarily, and it's not tight, but it's the three fingers that are holding the stick, right? And then what I'm going to do What I'm going to do is I'm going to feel this wrist turn going up, and I'm going to follow, and then I'm going to follow. It's all one smooth motion, remember? It goes up, and then I turn my wrist up, and then I turn my wrist up. I keep this grip relaxed. Okay, so now we're going to improve it again. Put the metronome on at 80.
Yep.
80. Okay. Now just keep in mind what I said. We're trying not to distort what is this natural human hand position. Okay, and it's nice and relaxed. Okay, and the arms are by the sides. With your throw right now, your upper arms are stiff and not really just being normal. Like the fingers weren't normal until they are much better now. Might seem like nothing. Well, geez, why can't I? No, you can't. You just will never play with this technique if you're doing weird. This won't work. It's some other technique now. Okay, so what we can do is we'll use the timing of the metronome. Up, down, up, down, up. Is that 80? Let's see. Is that a little too fast, maybe? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Put the metronome at 72.
Okay.
Okay, what we're doing, right, we're using the click in between for the timing of the motion. The Richard Martinez thing. This is cool. Now you can do that, but you see what that might promote. See, sometimes the remedial thing can be really helpful, or we need to then advance what that may have helped you consider. But it's not this. It's not what you're doing. You're doing this. Let's keep doing it. Keep doing it. See, doing it wrong is fine. But that's not fear. Fear itself. Okay. Because you're going up. What are you doing? All right. Yeah, that's not quite it. It's in the right direction. It's in the right direction. What we're looking to do is get so 70. Turn off your metronome just for a second. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I guess we'll just do this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. See, watch. Up. It never stops. It feels like it's hanging for just a minute, but it rolls through there. Now, don't play a note on the way up. Okay, so starting to happen, the arm is starting to relax. Here's what you're not getting. You're not getting the wrist turn on the way down. You're starting to feel this wrist turn. See, this is why breaking it down can help. There's this wrist turn. I turn my wrist. I didn't do a molar, because then the wrist doesn't turn. So as far as I know, until it gets smaller, and then so maybe then. So that's a different technique. With this technique, we always use a wrist turn. So it goes wrist turn, and then you're not getting the wrist turn on the way down. Right. Now watch my hand. Now watch me now. Up, down. Just watch. Just watch. I'm going through my own idiot check. Be a little looser. Coming along. Yeah, I want to feel this part of it. I want to feel this part of it. It's this part of it. See, if you just do this, on, just do this. Look, 3-finger grip. You don't have to clutch with your back fingers. Now I know they don't look like but they're still flexible. But see, 3-finger grip. You're not feeling this. This. A little away from the palm. Yeah, that's right. Relax the back fingers. They don't need to be on, but they're in a position. See, as the butt ends come away from the palm a little bit, if you're turning that far up, and then you have to turn down. Come on, turn down. Okay, so come on up and wait. 3-finger grip. You feel it? No, no. No. See, you're like this. So where does the stick want to fall? When you're sideways like this, it wants to fall this way. My stick wants to fall this way. It's very different, like that. That's where we're headed. We're not headed out here. We're not headed here. We're headed here. Now get the grip. There. Feel it? Feel it? Come on. Feel it. Take the other hand and move it so you can slide through there. There you go. It's not touching the palm. It's come away just a little. It's in that 3-finger grip being supported. Feels a little like the baseball bat thing. You get underneath it. Right? That's why Chad Wackerman wears glasses. I think he caught himself, because he's turning up. I think he caught himself once. You got to be careful. We've got to wear protective eyewear with this technique, right? Because we're turning up. There you go. And then it's just going to reverse and go down. More like that. Now, why do you stop every time? Why don't you just enjoy that? See, I'm done. I want to sit here for a minute. Right? And then you lift it up. No. Okay, but I didn't. I just wanted you to get the wrist turn part of it. Just come on up. Easy, smooth, up, and then turn it down. Right? So we could use gravity, or we could use muscular force. Okay, use muscular force. Come on, don't change this. It just stays like this. There's just a little friction there. See, so that's primarily what we're feeling. Well, all we feel is this little bend at the beginning, and then we turn our wrists. So we get that feeling. See, you can see the wrist turn, bakes, and then it turns high. The little 3-finger grip. Wrist turn, and one smooth. Wrist turn, up, down, up, and then you turn up to the ceiling with that feeling. Come on, give me the turn. Turn your wrist. It's not the arm. The arm is going down when you turn your wrist. Yeah. Better. There you go. Wrist turn. Turn that wrist to the ceiling. There you go. Just a little bend. It's just relax. 3-finger, and then you turn your wrist there, and you turn your wrist there. Come on, turn up. You see the inside of my hand, right? Wrist turn. No, it's not some weird thing. The stick is now the stick is heading towards your face. See, it's not straight up and down. I don't see this. There you go. That'll line you up. All the knuckles line up. David, all the knuckles line up with this grip you get. The stick is aligned with said knuckles, and the stick is straight up and down. So that'll line you up. Everything's lined up, man. And then you turn your wrist. There. But your arm should be by your side. So it comes up, and what happens? No, when the wrist pronates, it moved a little. And then you just do a regular wrist turn straight up. That's it. That's it. Now, we're going to use the timing of the metronome. Up, down. So one smooth motion, but you got to get you got to get this little bend. There's a little relaxation. The elbow might do a little something. And then you go straight up with that 3-finger lined up grip. And everything's lined up. You're the perfect machine. Put the metronome on it up at 80. It might be a little slow. It might promote you hanging in the air a little too much. Let's do 80. 2 clicks up. So you're gonna get this. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, it's better. Relax your arm. Your arm's never by your side now. It started off okay. It's going to pop out just on the way up, and then everything will collapse on the way down as you do your straight up and down turn. Come on, turn up. See, you're not turning up. There you go. There it is. There it is. Don't go behind your shoulder. Just straight up. Let's get to the top, like I had you do here. Feel the stick want to slide right down. There you go. Yeah, the other hand, you're starting to play some flams. Go on, now the other hand. Up, down, up, down. It's away. It's away. That's better. Now go the other way. You want to use my metronome? It's okay if you do. Well, use your metronome.
Yeah, I don't know.
There might be a delay.
One point, it's cool. Otherwise, I'm like ping pong style.
Right. That game, Nintendo or whatever that was. Pong. Okay. Good. Now you're going to do that in the left. Just give me a downstroke in the left. And you got the 3 finger. It's got to go straight up. Get it? Really? And the elbow should be by your side when you're done, and it should be by your side when you start. It just pops out ever so tiny right there. And you turn. There you go. Don't go behind your shoulder. Yeah, there you go. It's happening. It's starting to happen. 3 finger grip. Everything's lined up. Add the other hand. Add the other hand. Keep the other hand nice and flat. 3 finger grip. Just a little turn. It's going to go straight up too. So if it did, but just a little. So you know, why is your elbow out in the right? Yeah, why don't you relax? See, where's the relaxation? It's all about the relaxation. Not one part of your body needs to be tense if not needed. And when there is muscular activity, it's properly timed, and then it relaxes. Muscles contract, expand, elongate. Yeah, but we don't wait. It's smooth. You have to time. You might have to go up a little slower if you're only going up a little, and then you have to turn, and you have to spend more time turning up. What happened to the wrist turn coming down? You're not turning up to the ceiling at all. It's like a weak, wimpy, ineffective nothing burger. That's not a nothing burger. It's lacking potency. Turn up to the ceiling. There it is. It goes straight up through the finger grip and wants to fall straight down, doesn't it? Starting to happen. See? Listen to your sound, man. If it sounds right, relax your elbow. It should be by your side most of the time. It only pops out now. Now it's back by your side. By your side. By your side. By your side. Turn up to the ceiling. By your side. Turn up to the ceiling. By your side. Give me a wrist turn. Smooth. Bam. Bam. Add the right hand. Bam. Bam. No effort. 3 finger grip. Stop low. Come all the way to the floor. Turn up. Give me that baseball analogy where you're underneath. Straight up. Underneath. Don't go sideways. Don't go out sideways. Where's your elbow? In both arms. They're not relaxed. They only pop out because, look, there's just a little flexibility. It's kind of like the fingers, how they move. Yeah, I'm not moving. Right now, I'm not moving. I'm not moving my elbow. It's only happening because this is the way the body works. If I just do this, look, it moves the elbow. See it? See it? I'm not doing anything with my elbow. In fact, to get this to happen, it has to be totally loose, asleep, to get this to happen. The only thing, see how it comes out? It just goes. See, I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it. You got to turn all the way to the ceiling, dude. All the way to the ceiling. All the way to the floor. Okay, now the timing, up, down, smooth. Time it. Come to the floor. Turn up to the ceiling. Give me, it's all, really, it's just this. You're not making a motion. It's turning your wrist without emotion. And then if you incorporate a little relaxation this way, then you just turn your wrist normally up to the ceiling for an accent. There it is. There it is. Let's add the other hand. Up, down, up, down. Look, your right arm is relaxed now. The elbow's by your side. Okay? Don't stop turning to the ceiling. You're starting to lose, right? The conductor will say, I need those flams to be even. But the rest of the orchestra, blam, blam, blam. You can't be going, blum, blum, blum. It's got to be the same, unless it's written into the piece. Turn up to that ceiling, turn up, turn up, turn up. Okay, both ways. Coming along. Both ways. That little bend is tiny. It just, oh, look, your elbow's like this in your right. Why would it, watch, I showed you. Look how little it moves. Now look at it. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Look at it. Swiveling? See it swiveling? No. Come on, bend forward. Bend back. Bend forward around the fixed point. Keep your stick in one place. There. Swiveled out. Come back. Kind of came in. Go on up. Swiveled out. That's all it moves. It's so tiny, no one would know it. I shouldn't have never told you. Yeah, see, it'll swivel out, and then when you come back on the way down, especially, look, you only turn this much. If you turn all the way up here, it's going to come in, man. Yeah, and then it might swivel out the tiniest bit, and then it's mostly hanging by your side. You got to turn to the ceiling. Go on and play now. Play flams. No. We're same timing. We're using the timing of the click for both for the upstroke. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So right, we're playing like a half note. Down, up, 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 down. It's just nice, relaxed grip. No, it's half that speed, man. Half that speed, half notes. Half notes. Up. See, you're using the timing of the click. But don't play a note on the way up. It's just the motion. They're alternating flams. Elbow should be by your side in the right. Most of the time it's not. Okay, and then you got to turn up to the ceiling. And remember the timing of that motion. And you'll have it. Oh, it's half that speed. Okay. I'm right here. I'm not going to let you go off too half-cocked. That's Murray talking. There, you can see your arms by your side. No, they don't. No, the elbow doesn't come out like this on the way up in the right. You won't even see it move. It moves much less than you think when you get the motion correct. You don't wait at the top. It's smooth. Remember? Use that as a there. All the way there, all the way there, all the way to the ceiling. The baseball player, you have to get all the way up to here. You know the baseball analogy. Come on, turn up to the ceiling. No, don't give me too much of this. You need more time going this way. Up there, up there. So the bend is small, and then the turn up to the ceiling is big. No, if you give me too much of this, then the elbow sticks out, and they only come up to here, and you're shoving, and it ain't happening. And that's when Dick starts to scream at you and you freak out. But you got it. You know, elbow in the right. Ah, you had it for a few passes right there, dude. Come on. Got to turn up to the ceiling. That's a big reveal. 3-finger grip, up to the ceiling. Little bend at the beginning, up to the ceiling. Smooth. Bam. Up, bam. Up, ceiling. Up, you had it. Ceiling, up, ceiling, up, ceiling. What are you doing? Keep the time. And the other hand has to play the grace note. Up, ceiling, up, motion ceiling. It's not an upstroke. Up, ceiling, up. Don't go too soon. Up, ceiling. Oh, there it's coming. There it's coming. There, see, ceiling. You don't want to just don't go faster right now. You just need to get that. Yeah, we don't need to, no. Just that is magic. Running off because now you want more, big mistake. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you not pull a Kevin Crabb. Please. No, you're not turning to the ceiling. There you did. And keep it smooth. There, smoothing out. Whack, up, whack, up, whack, up, whack, up, whack. Straight up, just like you're doing. That's it. We're just going to work on that. Right? What I will have you do, I'll have you, here it is at 88. Go ahead and play it at 88. You probably said something funny, but put it at 88. Up, down, up, throw, up motion, throw, not an up stroke. Ceiling, ceiling, ceiling. There you go. Ceiling. She's starting to creep in. No, come on, turn your left up to the ceiling, or it's wimpy. You don't want it wimpy, right? Yeah, like, oh, it's a macho instrument. No, you didn't turn the ceiling, wimpy. There it is. It's the timing of it. You got to up, throw, up, throw, up. There, you got the time. See how the click from the metronome gives you the timing on the way up? And the elbow barely moves. You should be hanging by your side on the right. Okay, now turn the metronome up. Put it up at 96. See if you can do it there. We're not looking for massive speed. We're looking for this motion. This will give it. No, your elbow's not by your side right now in either eye. There. Have the 3-finger grip, everything lined up. You know, in your mind's eye, in your mind's eye, you gotta get to here. Remember this? Remember the baseball analogy? Okay. That's a little bend, smooth, and up to the ceiling. Smooth, up, down. All right, very good. You got it. You got the idea now. Look at you. You look like you're in command. You really do. It's just going whack, 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 whack. It's just nice and relaxed. Okay, very good. Okay, now let's get something else done here, because there's the behind the scenes where we spend a lot of time, and then we turn on the recorder, and I just want to make sure that we pull out the stick control. Let's get that happening. Okay, so what that has given you, what you're getting there, what we just to put a bow on this, David. Success, first of all, so we want to make sure that that's understood. You see how this is a wrist turn? Now I'm not doing it in one smooth motion. I'm just showing you. This part of it is a wrist turn. This is the thing you were really missing. This part is a wrist turn, and this part is a wrist turn. See, it's all a wrist turn. It's so simple. It's mind-boggling how simple this is, really, right? So if you stay with me and you use your intelligence for good, right? We want to use our power for good, and so you will get there very quickly if you just follow this course of action. And so that's given you the wrist turn in the context of a throw. Clearly, you can see that because you leave the bead down, there's potential for an upstroke. Now that's nothing. Okay, we're not even talking about that. If you can make this motion, you got your upstroke. Then we have, in the other hand, not making a motion, and it's just a little wrist turn. And it'll have all the same ingredients, that feeling where the hand is relaxed. It'll feel like there's a 3-finger grip. You won't be doing something weird with your back fingers. And you'll just be turning, knowing that it could go all the way up, like the baseball bat analogy. It could go up, right? But that's not what we're doing. But why would we turn our wrist in a way that wouldn't give us the full range of potential, right? And so we know that because we have this feeling and we have a feeling where it could come up further, that when we make our little throw, it can come up and give us that thing, okay, which you got today. All right, now let's bring some of that, because we're going to have a throw again. It's going to be a smaller throw. But that turn to the ceiling, it will be in proportion to the volume it is that that is required. Okay, so the 72 is a little faster and a little easier to get it to rebound. 60 is probably could be done, right? That's where this is tricky. It's tricky to teach this because it's too fast for the student to calibrate what's going on. But if it's too slow and you slow it down so they can calibrate intellectually, then the stick won't rebound. And it has to do with how bouncy your surface is and so on. Most typically 72, both Murray, well, see, Murray wanted it to start at 80. Dick said 80 to 84. Dick said 72 to 80, so Dick was slower. But Dick did certain things faster than Murray, so it's interesting. Yeah. All right, so what we're doing is we're looking for the same kind of thing in terms of this motion. Don't play for just yeah, see how fast it goes when you really just like. Yeah, you relax the mind. You know, the technique and the mind, it's holistic. So if your hands are relaxed, your mind's probably not. The two work together in a cool way. Yeah, right, we just relax. We got to get everything to, we don't have to get it to, we allow it to be relaxed. And so I've got that grip, I know I do. That grip that isn't choked up anywhere. And I'm focused on the three fingers. And I know that when I turn, I like the drawbridge analogy. See, it's like a drawbridge, right? Right? I've got that relaxed grip. I'm focused on the three fingers. And essentially all I'm doing is raising and lowering the drawbridge. Not bad. Don't go squeezing or doing anything. It's very relaxed going in this direction. It almost feels like it's floating, and it feels more relaxed in here. Maybe it's just and then coming down. That's real relaxed too. It's almost like the motion itself is relaxing. Interesting. Okay, so remember, it's got to go straight up because it's going to end up here. The throw showed you that. They approved that to you. So we know we're heading in a direct, even if it's small, we're heading in this direction. Even if the throw is small, we're heading in this direction. Okay, so we're gonna do. I'm actually working on my left hand. There it is. There it is. There's a little dot, so a tiny bit of accent, but you see, essentially, it's that motion. How are we going to do that? Now, remember, I told you this is a little advanced for where you are. If you could, yeah, but you accomplished it to some extent last week. Okay, so let's put the metronome on. Remember, I like to break this thing down to its kind of lowest common denominator. So I had you just throwing, if I recall. So put the metronome on at 72. All right. And so what would a throw in the right? Because if we're playing exercise number 9 with stick control, it's 3 rebounds with a little with a stenota. It's a little throw. Dick would have us throw into it gently. So what would the throw look like? It's going to be throw, throw, but don't make the rebounds. What's the timing of the motion? No, with no rebounds, what would the throw be? Well, it's got to be. We're playing in Qatar. One, so the eighth notes would be counted as 16ths, right? So you're going to get throw, 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 throw. throw. That's not a throw. That's a regular wrist turn. Not a bad one either. But we just want a little throw. Now, what does this remind yourself? What is a throw? A little better. It's got to be smooth though. It's got to be smooth though. Elbow's not by your side, so it's not going to work. It's got to be smooth. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Remember, it's smooth. Up, down. Easy on the way up. Remember, you took your time on the way up because if you rushed it, you wouldn't have time to get up here. You need more time getting up, 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 up. Right? Don't go slamming. It's just a gentle. Your elbow sticking out. No, yeah. There's coming. Now make it smaller, smaller. Yeah, I was just when I was throwing, I was just small. Throw, 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 throw. What would the throw look like? I thought it would do this. Then I turn up, throw, 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 throw. Look, it's mostly this, isn't it? It's mostly just this. Just like over here, it was mostly this. It's just this. And then I just bend a little first. Throw, 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 throw. I can hear your metronome. Da, da, da. Yeah, put it down to 60. Da, throw, throw, at least to get the throws. I can rebound down at a slower tempo, but it took some time for me to learn how to get that to work. So you have to make the throw. Where's the throw? The throw starts with a bend. So just give me the throws and the left, the timing of the left. Da 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 da. One and a, two and a. Count out loud.
One and a, two and a, three and a, four and a, one and a, two and a, three and a.
Okay, the left is okay, but what on earth is the right doing?
Not being. I'm disengaged, and yeah, I could tell it was doing bad things.
I need this little. Remember this? Finger grip. You don't have to clutch it to death. Just get the right hand every 4 notes for every click. It's every click. What is the little throw? You're not pronating first. There it is. And it's going to be gentle up to the ceiling. There it is. Come on, give a little bend. And then you pronate. Yeah, come on, you actually have to give me a little bend. There it is. There it is. Don't slam. Little bend and then you turn. There you go. Up, down, little bend, up, there, let it bounce 3 times. Da, 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 that's, keep going, don't change it. No, now it's starting to change, you had it. Just get the throw, back to the throw, back just the throw. Stop changing your grip like the spider. We're not a spider, we just hold it. It's a Dick Wilson thing. You gotta bend first. It can't be a pretend throw. It's either a throw or it ain't. And then, just because you pronate, there you go. There, you see? Feels like a big throw, doesn't it? Only it's smaller. You got the bend, you got the turning up, but we don't quite get to that baseball position. We're straight up. It's not straight up. It's a little different. Relax your elbow. There you go. Come on, you got to give me the bend first. There, don't slam. Don't come up higher now. Don't turn higher. Bend and the throw or the turn up towards the ceiling will have proportion. There you go. Now let that bounce 3 times with your 3-finger grip. Da, 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 da. Just let it go. There, just keep making that motion. Focus on that motion. Focus on that motion. Add the other hand and you got it. Add the other hand, tiny little turn. Remember, it could go all the way up to the ceiling. All right, David. All right. Yes. Yes. Page, you're on page, but you're going to run through all the iterations. And it goes left, then it starts right, and the 3 rebounds in the left, then it starts left and the 3 rebounds are in the right, and then we're stopping there. We're just going to play 9 through 12. Okay? So that was very good today. Yeah, yes, it was. I'm turning off the camera.